All right. Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Pradle. I'm Executive Director of Community Homeworks. We are so glad you're here with us tonight for our Gingerbread House Making 101. This is the first of two-part series that we're offering. So I want to start off a little bit by explaining Community Homeworks for those of you who aren't familiar with our organization. Community Homeworks is a local nonprofit organization based here in Kalamazoo, and we do really two main focus items. We provide critical home repairs in homes here in our area for people who have health or safety issues with their home. We also provide empowering education, so it's perfectly fitting here that we're showing you the tips and tricks of creating your own gingerbread house. So that's what we offer here in the community to income eligible homeowners. It is so vitally important that we have the support that we do from so many people. Maybe a number of you who are watching tonight have helped us out over the years, but we use that funding to help our homeowners. And this time of year, especially as we're entering the cold months, we do a lot of work to try to keep people warm in their homes. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our awesome sponsors who are supporting this as well. We really want to thank Old National Bank, CTS Telecom, Miller Johnson, and George Franklin, who are our inaugural sponsors this year. We would not be able to do all these events without them as well. And really, before I wrap up here as well, I just want to talk about our celebrities who are going to be joining us here in a moment. So it's very exciting that we have both a celebrity in the industry as well as somebody who's known as the chef of the stars, Ralph Humes, who's with us. We also have an internal celebrity, our program manager, Kaylin Humes. So you'll notice that same last name there. Yeah, they're actually a father-daughter duo. So we have in-house one of our people that a lot of people know when they call Community Homeworks, Kaylin, and then her dad, Ralph Humes, who again is known as the chef of the stars. Maybe Kaylin can talk a little bit more during the demo here about her dad's background, but we're really honored to have him here as well. And we just want to have a lot of fun here, showing you some of the basics of making your own gingerbread house. Certainly, you're welcome to put any questions in the comment section, and we can always follow up with you. We're looking forward to a fun evening tonight here in our education center, live in our holiday studio, 810 Bryant Street here, where we normally have our education courses. Without further ado, Ralph and Kaylin.
All right, well, welcome back to week 2 of our gingerbread making workshop, Gingerbread 101, I guess we'll call it. So last week when we left off, we had just put together our the structure of the home. I will lift this up. We still have our beautiful house here. There's stained glass windows and the little skylights that will cover up. So this episode, we're really just going to be talking about decorating. We'll give you some tips on kind of the colored frostings to use. You'll see our assortment of candy that we'll be using to decorate, how to get some shingles on your ceiling. So stay tuned if this is something that you would like to learn more about. And again, I almost forgot to introduce ourselves again. So my name is Kaylin Humes. I'm the program manager here at Community Homeworks. And this is my lovely dad, Chef Ralph Humes, AKA the chef to the stars. He's helping us out with this. So we really appreciate you doing this.
No problem.
And yeah, this is our first time, like we mentioned last episode, first time putting together a gingerbread house. We were just talking yesterday, like this isn't really something that's in a lot of chefs' expertise. When I called him to ask him to do this, he's like, I don't think I've ever done this before, but we'll figure it out together. So stay tuned and we'll get into some fun decorating tips and tricks. I'll make them over here.
Okay, we're gonna make grass. Just remember, don't use too much food coloring. It's a lot easier to add more, but you can't take it away.
Exactly. And now we're going to be making a little red decorative frosting, so kind of the same deal. Put a couple drops in. Go ahead and mix that up. Don't mind the little green specks in there, I just made a little mistake. So for our colored frostings, we're not gonna use the official like piping bag. We're just gonna use our little Ziploc baggies here to fill those in. Again, these are gonna be used for more decorative pieces. It's not for the same thing that the royal icing was for, like using it as an adhesive. So it's just to add some pops of color. So just a little refresher on our piping bags or freezer bags, if that's what you're using. You want to cut a hole in the corner, and if you have a metal nozzle, you'll stick that in at that time. And then you'll go ahead and scoop your frosting in, and you'll want to make sure it's in that corner that you either cut the hole or put the nozzle in. And then just from the back, you want to press to move all that frosting to that corner. So for this red one, we don't have any more of the plastic or the metal fittings that we had for the other piping bags. So we're just gonna cut a little small corner off here, and then same deal, we'll just scoop the red frosting in there. Now that we've got our frosting set, and we're gonna set those to the side, we are going to grab our royal frosting again, and we're gonna work on the shingles for the roof. So what we found best was cereal. We're gonna be using Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I've seen people use those, what's the frosted mini wheats?
Oh, okay.
Those work well too, or if you want something festive, Fruit Loops look really good on the roofs as well. So what we'll do is gonna make little lines here on the roof.
Yeah, squeeze it from the back.
Oh, gotcha.
So you like want to hold it, just squeeze it from the back like that.
Okay, sweet. We got our lines here. We're just gonna spread this glue out a little bit, or this royal icing out. So now what we can start doing is placing our Cinnamon Toast Crunch on the top. So we'll just kind of layer it here. So once you're done with your shingles, they should look a little something like this. We used a nice generous helping of the royal frosting or royal icing, and just kind of put them down the side. My dad's side looks a lot more organized than mine, but that's all right. That's all right. So now we're gonna get into the fun part, which is the bulk of the decorating. We've got an assortment of candy kind of here on our table. We've got our gumdrops here, some nice peppermint sticks, some gummy bears, which are my dad's favorite, some jelly beans, candy canes. You can't have Christmas without candy canes. Got some hot tamales and some peppermint soft candies. We've got some M&Ms here too. Yeah, I feel like everybody knows what these are, but I'm not sure what they're called. We'll call them hazelnut sticks. But we are just going to get into the decorating portion. This is the fun part where you can kind of do whatever your heart desires. So we're just going to kind of get into it, and you guys can follow along. We'll stop if there's any like tips and tricks that we feel like we should get into. But yeah, just watch how this transforms from this to whatever we're going to get into. So stay tuned. So we put another layer of royal icing there on the center of the roof. And then my dad started placing gumdrops there to add a little pop of color. Then you'll see the hazelnut stick too there for our little chimney. I decided to add some of that green frosting around the edge of the house, just for some greenery, maybe like grass or like some bushes. Using those metal nozzles for the piping bags, it does help give the frosting a really cool texture. We decided to make a cute little tomato garden. We're gonna be laying down our green frosting and then surrounding the edges with our hazelnut sticks. And then we'll put some hot tamales in there to be the little tomatoes. Now we're just going to go in with some of those extra pieces of gingerbread cookie that we had from cutting out our windows. And we're going to add those as like a little driveway or a sidewalk going into our gingerbread house. My dad had a really cool idea to make little like lamps or little street lights by using the hazelnut sticks. We laid down some royal icing and then we popped the hazelnut sticks in them, and then you put down more royal icing at the top and put a hot tamale right there in the middle. So we want to get really fancy. We have some little tea lights here that we're going to put on the inside. Since we've got those stained glass windows, we want to kind of add a little extra pizzazz to our house here. So we'll show you what the end result looks like. Guys for joining us for the second installment of our Gingerbread 101 classes. We really appreciate you guys spending your evening with us, and thank you to everybody who has supported Community Homeworks too, and we hope that you guys have fun with this.
It was fun.
Yeah. So maybe we'll be back again next year. I don't know. Maybe we'll be on the Food Network. But again, we thank you guys so much for your support and for spending your night with us. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. We'll be monitoring those. But yeah, have fun. We can't wait to see all of the entries that come in for our gingerbread competition. You have any parting words?
Have fun.
All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night.